With number 4 now, we're going to write a piecewise function instead of being given one. So here we have a summer job that pays time and a half for overtime. If you work more than 40 hours, your hourly wage for extra hours is 1.5 times the normal hourly wage of $10.50. So 2 things we want to do here. We want to A, write a piecewise function to represent your pay. So our pay is going to be split into 2 categories. It's going to be split into if we work 40 hours or if we work more than 40 hours, because we're going to earn more if we work overtime. So those are going to be our 2 categories. And then letter B, we're going to look at what would the piecewise function look like if a normal work week was only 30 hours. So we'll base that off of what we get for letter A. All right, so for letter A, we're going to write a function. So I'm just going to start f of x. We'll use x for hours. Okay. And we said there's going to be 2 categories. We said we're going to work, if we work up until 40 hours, we'll get 1 pay. We'll get our regular pay of $10.50. So that would be if we work less than or equal to 40 hours, we'll get $10.50 for every hour that we work. So there's kind of just our base pay, our regular. Now, if we work more than 40, so if x is greater than 40, then we get 1.5 times our normal pay of $10.50. So there's a couple things we need to keep in mind for this. So before we fill that in, let's do a little work down here at the bottom. So how much do we get paid for 40 hours? So 40 hours of work would be $10.50 times 40, and that would be $420. So that's how much we get paid for 40. So if we work more than 40, like we're going to in this second equation, we're going to get paid for those 40 hours. So we'll get paid those $420, and we'll get paid more than that. We'll get paid 1.5 times that $10.50. So if we take $10.50 and we multiply it times 1.5, time and a half, we get $15.75. So that's our new pay per hour for the hours that are more than 40. So the way we would show that is we can't just say X, because X would be all of the hours. We have to say X, but we're going to subtract the 40 of regular pay that we already have. So there is our piecewise function. And if I write that out a little bit neater, it would be f of x equals 10.5x and 420, oh, looks like a 9, plus 15.75 times x minus 40. And that would be for x is less than or equal to 40 hours, and then this would be for if we're working more than 40 hours. There's our nice, neat function there. And then letter B is asking us, what happens if instead of 40, this is 30? So instead of 40, it's 30. Well, we would still kind of have the same idea. So we would still, so for letter B, we would still have $10.50 an hour, but this would only be x is less than or equal to 30. And if we look at how we got these other values to get the $420, we figured out how much we would make working 40 hours. So for our new function, we need to figure out how much we would make for working 30 hours. So if we take 10.5 times 30, that gives us $315. So this time we're going to make $315 plus time and a half, so that will still be $15.75. And then this time we're working more than 30, so x minus 30. So the only difference between the two, and this is for x is greater than 30, the only difference is that now we're just working the 30 hours, and then that would adjust what this base pay is. That's how we got it down here, which is this value. And then it impacts this number that we're subtracting from x. So it does make some changes, but it doesn't change everything. All right, so your practice then for chapter 2 is, or sorry, lesson 2.4 is going to have some evens in it. So I did write out the key so you have it right here, and just make sure that you copy all those down carefully because they are split apart quite a bit, and let me know if you have any questions.